How you doing, folks? I switched out tractors. I traded up to a different tractor, and of course doing that, you want to make your new tractor as functional as the one you had previously, and especially if you're going to do different things on different projects. Well, on my other tractor, I had a bucket that had a piranha tooth bar, and so I put one on this one as well, so that I could have the luxury of being able to pick up a few things and get into some gravel and get a pretty good bite. One of the disadvantages to that is when you get something new is that you have to get adjusted to it and remark a few things. So on this tractor here, on the front loader, I had noticed that when I was in there using the loader, it was hard to see down over the nose of this. Even though it's a cab unit, I could not see down over it. And that's to me, a pretty steep to look down for a small tractor. And I can imagine how it is on some larger tractors. So when I was switching out buckets to a fork and a fork to a bucket, I even noticed more some of the difficulty I had, and I did a little tip I used to be able to load and unload. Notice that on these skid steer style front end loader, I'm going to call this the foot of that is usually black. Now there are some tractors that have the skid steer style, maybe the same color as the tractor, maybe red, it may be orange, it may be green, but on mine it's black, as you can see. Well, one disadvantage of that is that when I want to load it up to a front end loader or the bucket happens to be black. Not an issue until I try to hit it into these little slots where those feet need to fit. So what I did on my last, and I did the same on this, I just did a little diagram of putting some tape on here and also in here, because different than my last bucket, this fit, or should I say the shoe in which that foot would fit, goes the whole way across as one solid piece. On my other bucket, I had it converted from the standard bucket, and it had two individual, should I say, shoes that were on there that were welded onto the bucket. Here it's one large, and it's an exact fit. When those feet of that universal skid steer style, the quick attach front loader, come in to meet this, there's no play of maybe an inch or so where you can shimmy around. Not at all. So it was hard for me to I have good eyes but poor vision. How's that? It was hard for me to tell when I was bringing these shoes up to it to have black against black. So I put that, you notice I put that yellow and black tape on there to stand out. But also on the tip of this, I just put some marker. All that is blue tape. It'll wear out, but at least it gives me a visual so that I can tell when I'm coming to the tip of it is coming in contact or close to the lip of that bucket where it would connect. And that lip right up here on the top of the lip of that bucket, as you saw, I have the yellow and black. So you might want to mark it if you have the same problem that I have, the black against black, and sometimes like on my forks it's black against dark gray. There is a difference in the two, you can see, but if it's early in the morning or getting closer to the evening, and again if you have eyesight that's like mine, it all looks black to me, and it's hard to differentiate and tell whether you have one side too high or too low, or are you above it. And this, since I have one color and this is blue, and you saw the yellow, I can tell if the yellow's here, then I know I need to move this up a little more, and vice versa, and go down, or whatever the case may be. So it's just a little tip to mark it. If you have front implements that are the same color as your shoe of your unit on your skid steer, the quick attach skid steer style, then mark it. And I think it'll make it a little easier for you to judge how to maneuver and get into position so that you can pick this up easily. We have that universal style quick attach to make it easy in the first place, but if you can't see, really it's not helping at all. So I'm going to say, Dave, notice I have your yellow and black style there. Dave at RCAF. Can't remember the rest of your channel name. Working with Joe Lesage, but this stands out, and I know that's one of your signature colors right there, the yellow and black. So that's just a sticky tape. That's all that is. I don't know how long it'll stay there. It'll probably rub off. And then again, I did this and it's kind of cold, so again, it still may not stick too well, but so I thought I'd throw out a little tip to use if you have difficulty being able to distinguish between the colors. All right, I'm inside the cab, and we're gonna see if that system I had mentioned does help. As you'll see, I can see the blue tips of the, I call them the shoes on the universal quick attach. So let's see if we can align it. And you can see those blue tips pretty good. See what we can do here. Take off my emergency brake, that would help. Yes. Doctor. You can see I've got the lip under here, but notice I've got a gap there, and I'm not under on the other side at all. I can bend it down more, but this bucket is at an angle. I have it on a slight hill, and it makes a difference. we can give it a little assist. Yeah, we're going to give it a little assist here. Just slide it on. But it's in now. Little gap here. Just one more time. Now, if you're on a level surface, not an issue. Okay, now I can just put this down. It's on. All right, I own it. A little easier. You're not always going to be on super level ground, but it sure did make it easier for me to see where I was aiming, trying to have that, trying to get this black portion of the shoe inside a bucket. Shall I say this foot, trying to get that inside this little area, I'll call it a shoe, because it's black on black, and it's just hard for me to see. So I just use some kind of contrasting colors to make it stand out. The blue tape will wear off, and I'm sure this will too after I hit it a couple times, but I've got her on now. Alright guys, I just wanted to show one little thing that I had tried, and never know, it may help you if you have any visual impairments of any sort. But a lot easier to see the difference, the colors, and what you have to slip in where. All right, have a good one.